There's going to be a time in the next bull run where you get to decide if you were one of those risky DJing players, or you were one of those guys that just bought nothing, or maybe you're one of those guys that just bought Bitcoin and Ethereum. So in this video, we're going to go over a tier list. Tier lists are always fun, but we're going to go over the 20 crypto altcoins that have the potential. There's going to be a couple here that I believe can go over 100 to 1000x. I'm going to talk about some that are risky and also bad, but we're also going to cover, I would love to know your comments below, because again, this is very, very serious. At the end of the day, if you are invested in cryptocurrency, with each dollar you make, you get to decide if you want to make it $10, $1,000, $100, or turn it into negative. So let's jump in this tier list video. As you can see, we have the Jeffrey, you will lose money, and we've got a secret coin for that, and I'll show you that at the end of the video. We also have the 50x, which would be the Adonis category, and anything above is obviously super speculative. But I would also scale this down. I would say anything with a 10x plus, if you have a lot of money in cryptocurrency, can be an Adonis investment. But again, I'm going to put 50x because again, I know there's a lot of degens in this world, blah, blah, blah. So let's take this video super, super seriously. So number one, we're going to talk about Fetch AI. Comment below on each one of these where you think they should be. I love engagement. It's fantastic. And I also love disagreeing with people and agreeing with people. It's great. But the reason I put Fetch on this one is because one of the top AI coins at the moment in terms of what they're doing and the play with AI, monetization, apps, everything on that kind of economy. They've got a lot of website users, which is super, super good. But again, regardless, usually people say, well, I'm interested in Fetch, I'm interested in Ajax, I'm interested in the Graph, I'm interested in the Render. That's obviously the bigger market cap coins in terms of AI coins. And I put this one here just to start us off nice and easy. And for me personally, I'm putting Fetch as an easy 25 or an easy 10x, but it just depends. When we look at the previous all-time high, we've not got much to go with, right? Because we're already almost at the previous all-time high. Do you think it can go into $7? That would be nice, but do you think it can go to $14 or $20? That's when it gets a little bit crazy for me. So that's why I'm putting this at 10x. A lot of people are going to be like, Jake, too bearish. I would go way, way further. I get that, but again, I don't think you're going to be not taking profits at anything above the 10x. And by the way, just before we keep going in this video, if you're not taking profits at a 10x minimum, at least 20% out, you deserve to lose all the money. Number two, we're going to talk about is Render. Render's obviously one I keep talking about on the channel, and at the time of recording, it is running again to $4.33. I do own one Render, as you can see from my live portfolio. I own one full Render. I would love to invest a lot more, but again, it is what it is right now. And again, it's going to be the exact same kind of play as Fetch. Obviously, it would have made more returns if you were buying this at 50 cents when I started to talk about this coin. But as of right now, it is one of the biggest AI coins in terms of market cap and in terms of team and in terms of what these guys are doing with scalability and in terms of website users. It is super, super good. So for me, it's difficult. It kind of goes in the 10x's right now. And again, this just shows you, when we look at Render right now, do we think it can go to $40? I would say it still goes to $40. That would give you the 10x. But you see the difference? When you buy this at 40 cents, 50 cents, it's already 10x from there now. Then that's when you look at same coin, different time, and that's when it can be an Adonis coin. It just depends on the entry. So again, if you're going through this video and you're like, Jake, I don't agree with this, it just depends when you buy the coin. When you look at the next bull run, there's going to be people that made millionaires, 100,000aires, 10,000aires, whatever you guys want to call them, off Render. But there's also going to be people that buy it $40, $50, whatever it peaks out at, and say, Render was a scam. It just depends when you buy the coin, and that just depends what return you get. So everybody can love Bitcoin, and the people that hate Bitcoin are the guys that bought the top in the last cycle, or the ones that just lost all the money. But again, the people that love Bitcoin are the guys that bought in the bear market, that accumulated. It's just the same coin, different story. So I would put this in the 10x. I'm still very confident of it, but I would love to ride this for a 50x, but you'd have to get sub 50 cents for me to justify that. But again, I'm in at $1. We'll see what happens. But so far, at current prices, it is a 10x of where it goes. Now, the next one is Gala Games. A lot of people, including me, almost got not scared, but sidetracked with Gala Games. Gala Games had some bad news with their version 2 coin. It dumped like a mofo. With their lawsuit that I still think is currently going on, it dumped like a mofo. But now, if we look at the year to date, it is starting very slowly to be in profit. It's now 47% in profit, which is nothing compared to other coins. But if you look at the scrutiny that this coin has had all time, it's starting to come back. The last month it is rallying. But again, it just depends where you got this entry. Call me a hypocrite or whatever you guys want to call me. But again, with these guys doing film, music, and the gaming industry, this is a big play. Again, it's super, super risky with all the bullshit that's going on. We've seen that. There's outside things that can come and wreck our investments, especially at a small market cap. If this coin was Ethereum, if this coin was Bitcoin, you're not going to see this bullshit come into it. So that's why I would put Gala at a safe 25x. But I would also say it has the potential. I know it has the potential to go, or not go to zero, but just not do that well. But I think it's a 25x if it goes reasonably well. But the good thing about Gala Games is there's such high risk, high reward with this. It could very well do 50x, 100x. But for me, a 25x is where I'm seeing this at the moment. The next coin is the Graph. And again, we're talking about gaming, we're talking about AI coins a lot on this channel, just because I just think it's silly to miss these coins and these narratives, right? Yes, you can buy QNT, Ethereum, Bitcoin, all that kind of stuff. I've already covered those plays. If you have less amount of money, and we always talk about this, less than $5,000, you should skip that. You should skip that to some degree. If you want to take this bull run seriously and you have goals of 500k from 5k, you're not going to get it in QNT, you're not going to get Ethereum, and you're especially not going to get in Bitcoin. That's why you have to ride coins like the Graph. Now, does the Graph get you there? I don't personally think it does, right? It has had a great all-time high in the last bull run, but for me, the market cap is still so big on this. If you look at that right now, what is that? It's 1.5 billion, brother. Again, does it get back to its all-time high? Maybe. I wouldn't be banking on it because I'll be taking profits way before that. It's still a 10x2 or 25x to its all-time high. I would again put this in the 10x, but I would say it's got more of a chance just because it's so far off its all-time high. Compared, if you look at Render, it's so new, it's just running weight, it's just all new in terms of what it's doing in terms of market cap. I would put this in between here, 15, 20x, but I'm just going to put this at 10x because again, we should be taking a reasonable amount, especially on this one at 10x, if not 20, 40%. That's what I would comfortably say. So again, these are all great projects, but they were 25, 50x's like a year ago. Now, the market cap's getting big, and that's why we have to go down and look at other coins in terms of avenue. Now, the next coin is Solana. Solana, as you guys know, I'm following the channel. I took profits on this one heavily on the small portfolio and on the big portfolio. I started to roll it over. The small portfolio, I rolled it into QNT, and I'm very happy with that. Not that I'm bearish on Solana. I just think with QNT's price, taking profits and putting it into QNT would be such a better return. So I still think this goes back to its all-time high. But a 10x from it right now, that would be a $750 coin. If you were to invest at $9, $10 at its low, that's a lot more reasonable, 25, 50x. Do I think it's going to $750? Maybe, potentially. It's not going to do anything like a 25, 50x, in my opinion. I'm going to put it in here, but realistically, 5, 6, 7x is where I would be taking profits if you were buying today. You had the 25x if you bought when I told you to buy 11, 12, 13, 14, $15. Again, the multipliers become a lot less when the coin pumps a 7x in a short amount of time. That's what you guys need to understand there. So I think it's still a 10x, but it's a very risky 10x. And if you're holding for a $750 Solana and you bought at $75, $60, it's scary to me. It's scary to me because again, that reminds me of Jake in 2020 and 2021 when he thought everything was going to the moon. And before long, it just crashed down, right? It went up 5, 10x, fantastic. But there comes a time when the hairdressers, the mom, the dad, and everybody's buying, we need to scale this back a little bit. So again, I put it in here, but realistically, it's probably a 5 to 7x from it is right now. You already had 25x. It's too late for that, in my opinion. The next one is Rollbit. I'm not going to show the website in this one because it's a casino gaming coin, so go and check that out if you haven't checked it out already, just because I don't want to get the channel some sort of like, you can't really show gaming or gambling coins on YouTube, so I'm not going to do that, but come and check it out. Super easy. Come and CoinMarketCap, come down the website. Very, very easy to do that. So again, we talk about what it's already done. It's already done 7,565%. So it's already went up a 70x or whatever, right? It's went up, right? So we look at it right now at 15 cents. I still believe with the burning of the room, with the revenue, I think they got 45 million last month or 40 million. With the house always wins. Talk about this a lot in the community. I think Rollbit is still an easy 25x, a very easy 25x, but it's already done, again, the 100 plus x or whatever it would be. It's just, you're going to see that a lot in this video as we're going through this. It's like, because the market's been so hot and Bitcoin's been running, Ethereum's been running, like these coins have already been juiced back, if that makes sense, because they've already went up so crazy. If we got a pullback, then we can start looking at Render, that should be a 50x, then we could Graph being a 25x, then Rollbit might be a 100x again if it dumps. But right now, it's a 25x minimum. It could run way further than that because there's not much competition, with what this coin does compared to its team, its Twitter followers, and all the website users. But right now, that's what I would put it at. So the next coin I'm going to talk about, I've spoken about this coin before, it's RWB. And the reason why I like it's called the Rainbow Token, believe it or not. And the reason why I found this is because it's so new and it's pumping absolutely crazy. It was a tip from one of my guys in the community, and it's just went up so much compared to what it has been before. Again, you look at coins like this, and I look at this like ICP. ICP is the next coin we're going to talk about. And you look at ICP and it's like, wow, the chart all time looks like absolute dumpster. But again, if you look at this in the last month, it's fucking crazy. So again, you can get scared from charts like this, I understand, but if you start to zoom in, you'll see the actual runs that these coins can have. It's a very risky coin, but again, the reason I like this is because it has, believe it or not, in the gaming industry, it has a lot of stuff going on with the NFTs, with the games, just like we like Gala games, with the Crystal, Evolution, blah, blah, blah. So the main advantage of this one, it has a powerful IP solution for games, docs team with 80 plus members, which is obviously good. Live gameplay since last year of May 2022. And also it's raised $26 million to the backers with all these big companies like Bitcraft and Polygon, multiple games. So again, it brings the new people coming in, a massive roadmap, which is good for PvP. Huge NFT like we already talked about. What they're trying to do is pretty much solve Web3 games that are fun across the player generations. There's no hidden anonymity identities. And there's just a bunch of things going on. So again, check it out if you aren't. I would put this, just with what it's done so far, potentially in the 50x category, but right now I think it's still an easy 25x. So when you look at what this coin's already done, it's great, but since it's all-time high, like we're going to talk about ICP next, I think it's got a great run to go. But understand, this coin is super, super risky, just like Rollbit, just like Gala Games, just like some of the gaming coins and AI coins we'll still talk about compared to Ethereum QNT, in my opinion. But again, no risk, no rarity. Keep that in mind. ICP. ICP has been creating a lot of people a lot of money, and I missed this one, and I'm still going to say I'm not going to buy this coin. I'm just not going to buy it, and I'm probably going to be the one saying I missed this till it went back to its all-time high, till it hit $1,000 or whatever. Like people are going to say, I'm okay with that because I can't catch every coin. I'm going to be slightly pissed off. A lot of you guys in the comment section are going to be saying, Jake, why didn't you buy ICP? You could have done this, you could have done that. You can't catch all plays, but at $10 right now, it could be a good buy. Just depends what Bitcoin can do. Obviously, we know what ICP can do with all the ecosystem and everything it's trying to capture. Just come on the website and check it out. I'm not going to go on it too much because again, I know I'm never going to buy this, so I'm not going to research it that much. You guys can check it out. And again, I'm quite happy to miss this, right? You can't catch all coins. When I seen this chart and everybody was saying, Jake, it's the next best thing, I wish I listened to you, brother. I really do, because again, the last month, it's done super, super well. And last year, it's went fucking crazy, especially since down here, 3-4x in a short amount of time. So I've missed this one. Again, it will still run. So for all you holders that didn't take profits in this, maybe consider a little bit. But I would put ICP, honestly, 50x, potentially 100x. It would get that Adonis category, in my opinion. But again, super, super risky for me. But again, I was wrong about this one. I missed the big pump, and that's absolutely fine. Bitcoin, very easy. I've never actually been on the Bitcoin website, so it's crazy to see this. But again, what does Bitcoin realistically do? It's boring. It's unsexy. I would have to add a category. So for again, the people that are saying, Jake, you put it in the 10x category, I don't think it's going to $420,000, brother. I'm putting this in here because I was too lazy to put a category. In fact, let me just do that right now. 3 to 5x. Do you agree that it does this? I think it technically does this quite easily. So I think it does do a 3x. It's not going to do a 5x. It would have to go below off top. But again, if we believe this is going to be a super cycle and go absolutely crazy, you might look at a 200k Bitcoin. I'm putting Ethereum right in there as well, but it's difficult because Ethereum could still 10x for me, but it would have to go absolutely crazy. The reason why I like Ethereum is we talk about this all the time. Look at the supply. It's negative. Look at the burn rate. It's negative. Look at the burn. You're burning 1.9k Ethereum per year. The NFT fees, etc. It's just a great product. The problem is with Ethereum is a lot of people don't like it and like, oh, the gas fees are going crazy. And the reason you're saying that is because you have under $10,000, you have under $50,000. But for these big players, they don't care. If they're moving billions of dollars, millions of dollars, they'll pay $1,000 just to move this because it's done, right? So that's why a lot of people don't like Ethereum. And I'm with you guys. I hate paying ERC20 coins. That's why I always try and send my money in TRX or TRC20, whatever you guys want to call it, at USDT. But I don't use ERC if I cannot, right? Some coins you have to, etc. Like QNT, I believe, is an ERC20 coin. So it's going to suck selling that bad boy, but regardless, that's why the money's being created and Ethereum's always going to do well because there's so many coins like on this chain that it's just going to print Ethereum, especially with NFTs coming back. I would put it in the 5x higher, but it's not going to be a 10x. I've got a lot of Ethereum. I plan to take heavy profits at around $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, and I'll scale up if we go further than that. But I'm quite happy to hold Ethereum. I'm quite happy to hold it for a long term, but I wanted bank profits on this because it'd be silly to miss out on some easy gains. The next coin is HBAR. A lot of disbelievers in HBAR so far. For me, it's an easy 15x. I don't have a 15x category, so I'm going to put it in the 10. It could 25x. It could very well 25x. But again, for me, I'm being realistic. I don't want to push hopium on this channel, although a lot of people say I already do this. But again, there's people that say I'm being too bearish because people put this at 1000x, and those people will always lose. So I'm here at 10x. A 10x is very easy. Realistically, I'm in between here. Just it depends what price. If you bought this again, what price did you get in, brother? If you bought this price under 3, I think it was at 3 cents or so around here, or under 4 cents, round about here, then it's a 25x. But again, it's double in price since then. So again, what price did you get in? Great use case. Super cheap to send it. Average cost is nothing. The kilowatts per transaction is nothing. The backers are huge. A lot of people are going to miss out on this one. A lot of people are going to be sleeping on this coin, and that's fine. I've got over 1 million coins. My goal was to become a millionaire just with HBAR alone. I've scaled that back a little bit because I'm not going to hold this to anywhere near $1 because again, it's my Jeffrey mindset. I don't want to be like this guy down here that just holds it and actually lose money and hold it all the way back down. If you guys are OGs, I bought $40,000 worth of this in 2021 at 14 cents. Not peak prices, but I would like to get that money back in profit. So if I can sell that at 45, 55 cents and 3x that money, turn it into over 100K, that would be fine because I've held that for way too long and I know exactly how it feels to buy something and hold it for 3 to 4 years and not see any return and just see negatives. It sucks. So I don't want to be in that position any longer. And I would encourage you to do the same if you bought around those prices. QNT, 10x all day. I'm not going to go into it too much. You guys have heard me bash on about real revenue, great team, limited supply of 14 million, less than Bitcoin. I'm very heavy on QNT. I'm not holding this for 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K like some of you guys are. Hold it for $700, $800, start taking profits heavily and you'll be absolutely fine. Understand it's not going to give you a 25, 50x. Those days are gone. It depends where you buy it on. And it's funny that because we move into Caspa. Caspa's the same bet. A lot of people got rich off this. Caspa's 1000x. Caspa's 1000x when it first launched around over here. Caspa's 1000x, but it's not there anymore. I'm looking at a 25x. I still think it's got great run to go, but I'm struggling anything above 25x, especially up here. Round about 10 cents, I think it can still run. Be very aggressive on the profits. I understand the project now. I was a little bit of a Jeffrey on this, but again, it just reminds me of ICP. I can't catch them all. Not that the Caspa chart was like the ICP. If you flip this around, it would look like the ICP chart, if that makes sense for some of you guys. But again, great product, a lot of backers now. It's listed on a lot of exchanges. There's a lot of YouTubers bashing on about this coin. That's going to pump it in the next bull run with all the new money coming in, and the new money is going to get absolutely wrecked, which is great for us. We have to sell to them. Somebody has to lose. I missed this one. I'm not holding this coin. This would have to dump back to dumpster prices for me to think about, putting a serious position in this one. But if you are holding this coin and you haven't took profits in since back here, please do yourself a favor. Take profits, roll into another coin, do the lily pad strategy or bank some profits and just see what you can do in the next bull run. Kronos. A lot of guys are bullish on Kronos. I love the Kronos platform, the Kronos ecosystem. I think we got a lot of people wrecked in the last run, promising all these crazy returns and like the Staples Center. A lot of people were hyped up with this. I think it nearly got to $1 or so. It's right back at dumpster prices. This would be something I would look at a DCN if you have no other coins to DCN to, because again, it's not done much in the last month compared to other coins. In my opinion, it's still a 25x. I know a lot of people are not going to be liking that, but I'll tell you why. A couple of reasons. It's a great exchange. The token Rich Wealth Exchange, they have a lot of money. I believe they still own the Staples Center. What's going to happen, especially in UFC and Formula 1 and 2025 hype, all this money from that founder, I think his name's Chris, he's going to be like, okay, I want $1 million there, I want $1 million there, I want $100 million there. It's the rich as fuck. And they'll just put ads everywhere. And all these Jeffreys and hairdressers are going to see Kronos like, oh, what's that? And they'll start buying this coin like a motherfucker. All you have to do is dump on them, and it's an easy 25x. Veracity. So I haven't done a lot of research on Veracity, mainly because I can't research them all, as you guys know. But again, I understand what the project does to some sort of a degree. I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to just put it at 10x. I'm going to leave it as there. People are going to say, no, Jake, it's a 50x, 100x. Bro, I hope so. But I haven't done that much research into it for this video, just because, again, I don't want to go too deep in the rabbit hole and then I'm like, oh, now I need to buy Veracity. Because there's already so many coins that I'm looking at that, yeah, I can't buy them all. And if I were to do that, and then it's like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't buy Render. Maybe I should buy Veracity now. And then it's this Jeffrey mindset of researching too many coins. I'm too spread. Terra Luna Classic. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose money if you buy this coin. I'm telling you that right now. A lot of people are not going to like that. A lot of people, even in my group, Bobby, shout out you. I think you're going to lose money to some degree. I hope it goes well for you. I know there's still rewards in this. Like he's staking, he's making passively some money, but I just, it's a scam. You can make money off scams, but for me, And again, you could just write it's like, oh yeah, there's 100x, right? Because of something. So yeah, generally a conveyor belt's 100x. But I'm thinking you're going to lose money. If I was to bet, I was a 50-50 split, head or tail split, I would say you're going to lose money rather than 100x. Yes, it could do a nice 50, 25x, but these other projects are so much better. For me to take a risk with the 25x, I would rather bet on something that's not been a scam and just riding on other people hype, etc. So for me, you lose money on this one. Let's move on. I know there's a million comments in there saying, but Jake, I've got $1,000 and it has to go back to all-time high of $100. Illumium. Illumium's great. I think it goes back to its all-time high. And the reason why I like Illumium, they pumped up massively in the last bull run this shit without a product. It was a demo game and they said, hey, we're going to do this. And like, oh yeah, we got all excited. Now they have a product. When gaming comes into full force with Alex Becker, Elio Trades, and even people like me, we all get bigger. We all hit 100k subscribers. They're way past a million. Elio Trades is a million, and even me past 100k. We're all talking about gaming coins because we all believe in it. But all these Jeffreys are going to be buying the coins that we were talking about. Unfortunately, they should be buying when we told them to buy us. That's the game. This coin does go back to its all-time high. Does it go much further than that? I'm not too sure. But for me personally, if I was looking at the position, anything under $100, it's a QNT play for me. It goes to $1,000, it goes to $2,000, it probably goes to $5,000. I'm not telling you guys to do that. Just play the game how you want to play it, but take profits heavily. I'm just going to chill at 25x. But I'd like to put it there, but again, I'm going to chill here because that's where I believe it can go. Front fans. We've talked about this coin one time before, and I was brought to this coin by two guys in the private community, Dan, and I think his name's Crypt. I forget his YouTube channel name, but his name is Paul. And these guys have talked about this coin quite religiously, and again, should have bought it. I'm not going to bring up the website because it's an OnlyFans coin, but there's a couple of reasons why I like it. And we've talked about this before. Number one, money is being sucked out of these OnlyFans creator because Stripe's not taking payments. Other payment processors are just shutting them down. PayPal's had enough of it. And if front fans can be the main guys for cryptocurrency in this niche of OnlyFans, sex always sells. Jeffries are always, this guy right here, hopefully it's not you. Hopefully you've never paid for a girl in your life. It's always going to sell for these Jeffreys. If this coin, get involved in it. Not a paid video. I wish they would pay me. I'd love to do it. But get involved with it. Not with the website. Don't get lost in the Instagram accounts. It's very easy to do that. Get on the website, take a look at it with a grain of salt, then come back and understand that it's a risky play, but understand what it could do in terms of if Stripe really shut down everybody else's payment processors with the OnlyFans girls, the money has to go somewhere. Cryptocurrency is going to be the next best thing, if not what it's only doing right now. What these guys need to do is they need to get more high quality girls on the platform that are already using this and then use the front fans tokens to use this as payment, and there needs to be some sort of transaction, which I think they're already doing. Look at the coin right now, it's going absolutely crazy in the last month. Understand, it is risky, but this would be the first 100x for me, and it's potentially 1000x. I'm just going to put 100x because I'm going to play it super safe, but again, this is a potential 100x or it's a Jeffrey, okay? It's one of those. This 100x that makes sense for you. With the Luna Classic, I don't believe it's 100x. It would be something here if it does well, and that's why I'm going to put it down here. It's not worth the risk/reward. If you're betting 100x's, understand that it is a Jeffrey play. Understand that. But if it goes well, that's where you're rewarded. Just keep that in mind. Star Atlas. Remember this coin. I pronounced it wrong again. This coin was massive in the last bull run because of the website and because of what these guys were promising. The problem was the product did not come as delivered. It almost reminds me like Illumium. But again, I think it's going to come back. Gaming's already going to be massive. You've got people like Elio Trades and Alex Becker. I think we're talking about in the last video. For me, it's an easy 50x, but I think I'm going to put it in 25 just for you guys to take profits. It's a great play, but it is super risky. But if they can pull through with a product this time, in the gaming bullish cases with the AI, I think it's an easy game. We'll see how it goes. Last coin I want to talk about is Neo Tokyo. This is Alex Becker's coin. But if you believe Alex Becker and Elio Trades are going to have a great bull run in terms of their YouTube channels, which I think they will do, this coin is going to fly because this is literally their project. I'm not going to pump their bags, but I comfortably think this is a 50x Adonis play. But understand it could be very risky. That's what you're playing with here. The website is very strange to me. These guys made a lot of money with NFTs. There's a lot of big backers if you go on their Twitter page. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm technically pumping their bags, but if you decide to buy this, understand that this is a 50x, 100x, maybe even 1000x, some degree. But understand it could also go to zero, but I'm very confident that Alex Becker and Elio Trades are going to keep posting videos. It would be silly for them not to post videos because Alex Becker recently sold his company for $100 million, and now all he does is wakes up at 4 a.m, goes to jiu-jitsu. I think he hangs around with his girlfriend and probably watches movies and Netflix at night time. So I'm very confident that he's going to keep promoting this coin because it's his own coin. It'd be very silly to do. Same with Elio Trades, they're kind of like best buddies. It's a perfect storm. And that's why I think it's an easy 50x, in my opinion. Now, overall, There's many more coins to add. I would love to hear your guys' comments below. Roast me on some of these plays. It's a bit fun. But with all that being said, guys, take this very seriously. I'm not telling you to buy these and bet for these prices. Actively telling you not to do that. But what I am telling you to do, there's a lot of opportunity here in the cryptocurrency market, but you get to decide how you want to play the game.